Welcome to Round 1, the series where we play just the beginning of a game to give you a taste of what it's like. In today's episode, we will attempt to survive in the zombie apocalypse of Into the Dead. Based on an app of the same name, each of us will compete in a game of strategy and risk-taking to gather supplies, kill zombies, and attempt to survive while armed only with a small cache of weapons and our loyal canine companion. Players will take turns controlling both their survivor and the zombie horde, with the winner having the most survival points acquired by completing missions, increasing their overall kill count, and reaching the safety of the farm. You'll see every move that we make. And after the dust settles, join us as we discuss our entire experience and find out which of us made it out alive.
All right, welcome to the table. We've got Into the Dead set up. It's the four of us again, Ryan down there, Jeremy, myself, and Kira. And today we're gonna be rushing through crowds and crowds of zombies, trying to be the first or hopefully maybe the only one to get to the farm while the other ones perish. But this is not all about just trying to get to the farm and the first one there wins. You're actually going to be scoring some points. You want to be setting yourself up to be the longest survivor long term.
And to do that, you're going to be collecting victory points for all of the zombies that you kill. Each of them is going to give you victory points. It's going to be tracked on the bottom of your board. All of us have 4 missions at the start of the game. We picked 3 of those, and all of these are going to give you additional victory points depending upon how well you do with them.
Yeah, those mission cards also serve kind of as your life, because when you die, you get to respawn, but when you do, you have to get rid of one of your mission cards, even if you've completed it. So if you've completed your missions and you die, you're going to have to get rid of one of those, and you won't get those points. If you die and you don't have any mission cards, you are out. But the cool thing about this game is every time around the table, we're all going to get a survivor turn for our characters, who we'll introduce in a moment. But one person's also going to be the zombie master, and we're going to take turns doing that around the table as well. So today, we're going to try to get around the table a few times, so each of us get a turn as the zombie master, and we'll get a bunch of turns as survivors, and hopefully give you guys an idea of how it is to get through some of these zombies, see how far we can get across this board, and then we'll get on the chairs and talk about our entire experience at the end.
All right, so who are you playing with, Ryan?
I'm playing Helen, and I have, everybody has an animal companion. Mine is a dog collie called Blitz, and that companion is going to rush out and kill some zombies for me.
Hopefully. The interesting thing about the companions is, and this is a little sad, so PETA, I hope you're not watching, the companions can die effectively or be removed from the board, but just like you, they can always come back, and they'll come back from a variety of different things that you can do after you've used them.
All right, so I have James. I am packing twin cartel guns and a Justice M32, which is a big old shotgun. And then I have a dog, which may be the coolest dog name ever. Sorry, Oreo, my own dog. This dog's name is Cairo. He's a German Shepherd, and he looks cool.
I am playing Maggie. She's the youngest of all of the survivors here, and she's carrying, and I don't suggest this in real life, but Maggie is carrying a G911 Enforcer and a Bandit T9, which is a bit of a submachine gun. All of the weapons in this game have different sort of ranges and different sort of spreads, and these are going to affect the zombies kind of in front of you as you move. We're all going to be moving north all of the time in this game, and you're going to be able to fire at various zombies depending on their location. And of course, my companion is Max, maybe the most classic of dog names. It says here he is a crossbreed, so I won't feel as bad, I guess, giving him up. But all of these companions have different abilities and also slightly different ranges of what they can do, and they'll be doing a number of different things throughout the game. You'll be using them as shields, unfortunately. You'll be sending them out to attack, and they can even go and retrieve some supply drops, potentially.
Yep.
All right, so I've got Barton, who is a preacher of some kind, rolling with Prince the Retriever, Defender D9, and an MT56A Tactical.
Just like any
good
good preacher.
Any
Yeah,
good
right?
preacher man.
They're inside the Bible.
Each player is also going to have a hand of cards. These come in 2 different types of things. You have action cards and you have equipment cards. These can be used in addition to your normal turn. Some of the cards can bounce back into your hand. However, most of the cards are going to simply go into your discard pile and stay there. So you have a limited number of stuff that you can do. However, you have the opportunity to pick up new supplies as you're moving north towards the farm.
Yeah, it's really cool. We all start with the same cards, and they all have double uses, like Jeremy said. But there are going to be these supply drop spaces all over the board. If you get to one of those, Or if you get to where maybe another survivor had died, they're going to leave a tombstone and you can pick up some other things that way. You're going to be able to take supply cards or potentially get some of the cards back out of your discard pile.
There's two other things we'll talk about real quick. You have events. These can pop up from using very specific type of cards. Also, you have the zombies. There's 3 different types of zombies. You have biters, walkers, and heavies. All of them have different amount of hit points, and they're going to roll different dice against us. All right, so let's start moving north towards the farm.
Yeah.
Who's going to go first? Now, before we do, we've seeded the board with all of these terrain pieces. This is going to dictate how we move towards the farm, and it can also funnel zombies towards us, which this is a game where you're going to be positioning yourself, but you're also going to be trying to block your opponents from moving around you and trying to funnel those zombies towards them.
Yeah, so really quickly in turn order, we got to place our characters only on the board. So I will start. We determined I would be the start player, so
Take
if
Maggie.
you could place me, you know what, place me right there. That
All
will
right.
be fine. Or one space over, actually. Yep.
right.
And then your companion?
Nope, the companion comes in after your first move.
Oh, okay.
All right.
What about you, Jeremy?
I'm going to go right next to you because hopefully you won't block me.
I'm going to go
Does that mean you'll protect me?
Maybe.
a little
Maybe
bit of
not.
ways from you guys. I'm going to go all the way at the end.
Oh, that's a horrible spot, but okay. And where are you going?
I'm going to go on the far, what was my far right.
All right.
Thank you.
So what this means is Ryan's all by himself, so the 3 of us are probably going to funnel as many zombies to him as
And
possible.
you know what? That's a strategy to kill as many as possible too. So you've got to balance that.
True, this is one of those games where there's going to be times where you want to send some zombies other people's way because, like I said, we're each going to take turns controlling the zombies to some degree. And I'll explain the dice in a second, but that is largely how they're used. They've got some interesting sets of dice that serve as kind of a bit of an AI for that mode. But the other side of that is you want some zombies. And if you have the right cards and you set up a turn where you need to kill, say, 2 blue zombies with 1 attack, which is one of my missions, I might see that happen on the board and go after that as much as I possibly can.
All right.
Of course, everyone's missions are also face up, so Jeremy knows all the time that I do want to try to do that, so he's going to take that into consideration as well. So,
All right.
the structure of the round goes the first player with the zombie card, and this card here shows you basically the different dice that the zombies will attack with, but it also shows you the hit points for those zombies. That player is going to roll the zombie dice and take the zombie master turn, followed by that same person taking their survivor turn, going around the table, and then rinse and repeat. So I'm going to roll the zombie dice here.
So as he's rolling the dice, he's also going to note which ones are going to spawn and how they're going to move, and he has the ability to do that, which is going to possibly mess us over in
Yeah,
some
so
way.
the first die you're going to look at here are these die here, and there's going to be a color for each type of zombie. The skulls at the top of them represent the number of that color zombie that will spawn. So we're going to need 1 blue, 1 green, and 2 red. I get to choose where these spawn. But before I do that, I'm going to explain this number below them. The number on these dice represent how many of that color zombie will move. Now that doesn't necessarily have to be these zombies, it can be any of that color, but these dice combine for spawning, movement, and then trying to figure out where they're going to move on the board and when they might shift if they see an obstacle. So first thing I'm going to do is spawn the reds. I have to spawn all of one color at once, and when I do spawn, I have to spawn on the board where I'm located or the board to the north, meaning if I'm up on the board to the north, I won't be able to spawn on the board to the south. So I'm going to put these red zombies, I'm going to take a look at my mission, and I'm going to place them actually right here. Whoops. So the first place you're going to spawn zombies are on the spawn locations that are red. All of them are filled at the beginning of the game. So if those are filled, you're going to fill adjacent hexes around that. If in the rare occasion that those are filled, you simply don't spawn those zombies. So I put the reds there. I'm going to put a blue over here, give Ryan some friends. I'll put the green right here, actually. So now that I've spawned the zombies, we're going to look to see how many of them will move. I'm going to start with the red ones, actually. 3 of them are going to move. And then we look at this die over here. This die is going to show the numbers of their movement. So this die says each red zombie that I move is going to move 1 space. Ryan, can you move effectively all 3 of those zombies forward 1 space? And really quick on movement, all of the zombies are going to move to the south whenever possible. If they hit an obstacle, they're going to shift. This die here is going to determine whether they shift to the west or to the east to get around obstacles. The other way they're going to shift is if they're within movement range of any survivor. So as they get closer or we get closer to them, they're going to naturally shift and use their movement to try to get next to a survivor for an attack. So that's the red movement. The green movement, I get to move 5. So move these guys.
Each one's moving
each
2 spots.
2. I'll move this one 2, and this will give us an example of some shifting. So he's going to move up, and then he's going to shift, but it says shift to the west. So luckily, he's going to shift that way. So the last one I'm going to move is this green one. He's going to move one of his 2 spaces up, but since he can't shift to the west, he's going to stop his movement right there. So finally, with the blues, I'm going to move 4 of these, and they're going to move 3 spaces. This is where I'm going to give Ryan some heat. So 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
1, 2, 3.
Thanks.
1, 2, 3.
One more.
I'll just do this one safely. 1, 2, 3. So all of the zombies have moved. Now we check to see whether the zombies are near anyone. They aren't. It is the beginning of the game. They're just lumbering forward. So none of them are going to attack. Now it's time for my survivor turn.
All right.
So I have that mission to kill red zombies, so I think I might try to get up there and do something like that. Now, your movement, you have a number of options that you can take on your turn. One of them is compulsory, and that's movement. You have to move 2 spaces. And like I said, movement is going to be northward. Now, it can be due north, or it can be to the northeast or northwest. I'm going to move 2 directly north.
Okay.
Then, another thing you can do on your turn, you can only do this once, is use one of your cards, action cards, to take additional movement. Let's see, I am going to run, which allows me to move 2 extra hexes.
Right in the middle of those red guys?
Right
I
here?
know I'm going to move directly forward, just so
Okay.
I'm next to that guy.
Uh-oh.
All right.
You know what? Actually move me to that other space. I'm going to try it right off the bat and see what happens. So I ran right up to these 2 red zombies, and we'll see if I can attack them. So another thing you can do is attack. You can generally only attack once, but there are some cards in our hands to do a double tap. You can use those double tap cards to make as many additional attacks as you want. But I'm going to run through this and see what I can do. I can look at my weapons here. I am going to use... I'll have to use my Bandit T9, actually. So these are my yellow die. I get 2 die to roll with my Bandit T9, and it does a base damage of 1. So it's going to be 1 plus this, unless I use some additional ammo, which I think I'm going to do.
Yeah, every one of those zombies has a different amount of hit points required to kill them, correct?
Yeah, and he's looking at 5 hit points for each of those reds right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the damage I do on my roll is going to be spread and divided among them. So if I do 5 damage, I'm only going to be able to kill 1 of them. So I'm going to try to get up to 10. So I'm going to see if I have some ammo to use on this attack. And I do. This is a big one, and I'm going to go ahead and go for the gusto and use Spray and Pray. Spray and Pray is going to be an ammo card that allows me to roll 3 additional attack die. So I'm going to take the natural 2 plus another 3 plus the 1 damage on this thing and see what I can do. So my total damage is going to be, well, that's not a great roll. So I'm at 3 right now. I get 2 more die. Ooh, hopefully I can kill 1 of them.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. So I did 6. I'm going to kill the one right in front of me.
All right.
Okay.
So he's removed from the board. I'm going to take one of my markers and start my kill counter and put it on 1. That's going to give me 1 victory point. You're going to get more victory points as you kill more zombies. I have 1 damage left over, but it's not going to do anything to anyone. So that's it. Now, we have to resolve some zombie attacks, unfortunately. On your survivor turns, whenever you move, if you move into the zombie's front arc, which is any of the 3 spaces in front of it, those zombies will attack, even if you pass them on your turn. So it's a red zombie. I take the red zombie attack die. Attacking zombies is very simple in this game. Unfortunately, I'm going to roll this. If it hits, I die. But there are some things I can do to try to survive. So let's see what happens.
Yep, that's
hits.
it.
So here's some options.
Couldn't be better.
One option is that we all have a knife, and we can discard the knife in order to avoid that. I'm going to hold on to my knife because one of my missions is to reach the farm with my knife by the end of the game.
All right.
So I'm not going to use
gonna
my
happen
knife,
either way.
but I'm also not going to die. So, Max, it's
Oh.
been nice knowing you.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to use my
Really?
companion who followed me up right behind me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use my companion as a shield, unfortunately. So Max is now taken off the board.
Yeah.
And
Completely.
I'm going to flip his card over. He survives. However, he kills that zombie.
Yes.
So kill that zombie,
Yep. Zombie dead.
and I get another kill count for that zombie.
Yeah. And the cool thing about the dogs is there's 3 ways to bring them back. You have dog food hidden in the supply that you can bring them
Yep.
back. if you cross the middle line, you can bring them back.
And
then-
upon respawn.
And upon respawning. So if you do happen to die, Max is going to be back with you.
Exactly.
Enjoy
I
it.
knew that ahead of time. I wouldn't be that cruel.
All right, so now I have a wide open board, and I'm going to move 2 spaces. So 1, let's go 2. Man, my weapon range isn't great. I'm going to also use a move. I'm going to run. We're going to go 1, 2. I'm going to be right in line to do my justice.
Oh, nice.
Justice
Doing some
is
justice,
packing
huh?
2, and I got 2 green guys in front of us, and each of them has 3 hit points. It's not going to be enough, so I also am going to expend I'm going to do spray and pray as well. So I'm going to be rolling 5 yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I needed 6.
Oh.
You get one of them though, right?
I do get one of them, so I'm going to kill this green guy. I'm going to move up 1, and luckily that guy is not right next to me, so
You would always have the option, if you wanted to use a double tap and try to take that guy out. If you wanted to use that on a green zone.
I'm not going to. Again, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to keep my stuff.
All right.
So I'm done. If you noticed, I didn't take a zombie turn. We're going to go all the way around the board, each of us taking an action, and when we're all done taking our actions, then I get to take the zombie
Right.
turn, and we'll continue that
The
process.
blue zombies have 4 health. Is that correct?
They do.
Yes.
I'm going to take a risk here, so I'm going to move up 2 spaces.
All
Bring
right.
out my companion. And I'm going to shoot with my hammerhead. I am also going to use that spray and pray card. We all start with the same sets of cards in the beginning because this just seems too good not to use. So I'll be rolling 5 purple dice.
Here are the purple dice, sir.
And I have a damage of 2 built in. I need to get up to 8. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I did not.
You want to kill the back one, right?
Yeah, kill that one.
All right.
So you get a kill on your zombie counter.
I do get to kill my zombie counter now. I need to kill this one because I know Jeremy's next, and he's definitely going to move that zombie into attack range.
That would be correct.
So I am going to do a double tap, and I can use an ammo card in addition. So I'm going to use a burst shot, which actually only gives me 1 more die. So I roll 3 dice against this zombie.
Need 4.
Has a base of 2. I need 2 hits here. All right,
You
I
got
got
him.
him.
All right.
I know Jeremy too well. I know what was coming.
So move your counter up. You've killed
Yep,
2
I've
zombies
killed
as
2
well.
zombies. And no, I didn't complete. My objective is to kill 3 in a single turn. Unfortunately, there is not a 3rd one.
Yeah, the missions are pretty challenging. To kill multiple zombies in 1 turn, as you've already seen,
Yeah.
can be a little bit difficult. Other things to keep in mind is, as we've been throwing these cards out, they're out of our hand and our deck for now. We're not going to get those cards back anytime soon. And like we said at the beginning, we don't have very many cards. This is all the cards I have left. So we're not going to be doing the spray and pray, at least the 3 of us, anytime soon.
Now, I do have an objective to kill 3 blue zombies just during the game. So I'm going to use these markers and mark that I've killed 2.
All right.
Excellent.
Kira.
So I'm
Or Barton, rather.
Barton. Yes, I'm gonna move east 1 and then north.
Okay.
Thank you. And I'm just gonna kind of
Chill?
I'm gonna
This is
chill.
the beauty.
I've got so many cards and they're already burning through it. I'm gonna let them
That's
kind
true.
Lead the
burn
way.
through some of the initial zombies and save my opportunities for later. So my dog is with me, and I'm good to go. Hi, Prince.
And also, just so everyone knows, as it looks as though she's completely out of harm's way, and she is out of harm's way, but the zombies aren't, because she could use her dog. The dog has quite a range. However, whenever you use your dog, whether it's as a shield or in this function, you will lose that dog, but it could go up, and the dog is an automatic trade. You're going to kill a zombie, and you're going to lose your dog.
Yep.
All right. So now I am the zombie player.
Yes, so this
Yes.
goes over to Jeremy. He is the zombie player, and he will take the zombie master turn.
All right. So we're going to break right there, and we will come back in just a moment.
Welcome back. We have made it, or some of us have made it anyway, across the map a little bit. Some of us have died. I am one of those people. In fact, I've died twice. So Maggie is all the way back here still on this board. The good news is, when they've been spawning zombies, they haven't been able to spawn them back here. So my last round, I was able to get quite a ways up the board, and I'm ready to cross the border. Jeremy and Ryan haven't died at all, right?
That could change.
And Kira, you've died once, but you've done a
Died
lot of
twice.
damage. Oh, you've died twice.
I have died twice, but I've done a lot of damage. I've maxed out on my kill counter because I was just mowing through. I had the power of the Lord on my side and just kept going. So
The power of the Lord and a couple rosebud grenades.
definitely.
She's been picking up rosebud grenades, which are probably the most powerful grenade
We've
in
seen
the
so
game.
far. Yeah.
And been able to take out giant swaths
Yeah.
of zombies. So we are currently to where
Yes.
Kira is the zombie master, and we're going to show you one more round and then talk about our full experience on the couch. So take it away.
I am currently dead, so I'm just zombie master right now, and I've already rolled, so now I'm just at moving zombies. So I'm going to start with the reds, and I'm going to move this one,
Joy.
and this one. That
Nice.
means James is going to get attacked here in a moment. I'm going to move greens 2. This guy can only move 1 space, and let's see, I don't have any other really greens that can move right now.
Move over here.
That guy over
Oh
there.
yeah, I can move him this way, can't I?
On your gravestone.
You can pass through your
Oh wait,
guys'
I'm
space.
only moving 1 green though. So then I'm doing 2
2
blues, 3
3
spaces. So I'm gonna go ahead and hi Ryan.
Yeah.
Stop right
He'll
by
stop because he can
Stop
hit
right
me,
there.
right? So
Stop right there, and then 1, 2,
Yeah, the blue,
3.
and you and I are both rolling. Let's roll at the
And
same
now,
time.
yeah,
All right,
you guys are
let's
gonna
make it
get
fun.
attacked.
I'm gonna miss.
I missed.
Oh.
Bye-bye, Cairo.
Oh no!
Nice knowing you.
Doug comes off the
You know what?
board.
I'm gonna use some dog treats though.
Bring him right back.
Yeah.
I think you have to do that on your turn. but
That's
yes,
fine.
you
I can
can
do it
do
during
that.
my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
So now I have to come back to life.
Yeah.
So my dog is gonna come back. I'm
be
gonna come back.
Tombstone.
My tombstone comes off the board.
And she's going to respawn.
Right here. Hello.
Yeah, once you reach the second board, that is where you'll respawn. That's the good news.
Yeah,
the
you don't
last
go all the
time
way
I
back.
died, I was 1 space away, which was kind of a drag, but I've made my way back.
So I'm gonna just, there's a lot of zombies right in front of me. But I'm gonna just come in gunning with my MW30 grenade.
Of course, a grenade.
I love grenades. They've been my friend. And I'm
What's
gonna
the
kill
attack
4 zombies. I get to kill all the zombies.
So the 2 blues, the
gonna
green,
get the 2
and
I'm gonna
blues,
get
the green,
those
and the
4.
red.
Yeah,
Yep,
those 4 come
that
off the
group
board.
right there.
So 4.
Pew.
Wow.
So unfortunately, no more on my kill counter. I've maxed out there, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my other grenade while I haven't. Just clear out this space. I'm gonna throw it over here and kill these last 2.
All right.
And then,
Yeah, it should be noted, we mentioned this earlier, you can use equipment cards till the cows come home. So if you've stocked up on grenades, which
Yeah.
Kira has, her dog can run out and get supplies, which she's used a couple times.
Can.
So what do you got next? More grenades?
I could use her to go get it, but I haven't done my mandatory move yet. So I'm gonna move forward 2. I'm gonna get those 2 supplies from the supply
All right.
stack.
2 from the supply stack.
See what I get here.
A grenade, maybe?
Probably.
I got a grenade. Not gonna complain about getting a grenade.
Why don't you throw it at that group of blue zombies in front of us so that I don't.
Oh, so right, so you don't
I
have
am
to deal
thinking
with them?
about it, except that it doesn't do
Doesn't
me a ton of
reach?
benefit other than
Helping me.
I really
true.
want to keep moving here, and I can only move once, and so
Do you have another movement card on you?
I have
Yeah, you
plenty
have
of
to.
movement cards.
Yeah.
Just don't move by a zombie, or else it's gonna attack you.
That's true.
It is part
So
of the
go
problem here
west.
because I've got, and I still haven't used any of my weapons yet, so I could go ahead and attempt to get, because of my range, I can get this heavy here with
That's
my
true.
tactical
All right.
Where you're
weapon. And so I'm going to go for that. That gives me 2 oranges to roll.
2
All right.
oranges, please.
Now, I don't have any extra ammo, so I just have to hope for a good roll here.
You've got a base damage on that weapon of 2, so it's 2 plus whatever you roll.
Right.
You
And
get
you gotta
3
get-
hits.
And
She
I
did
You
it.
got it.
All right.
So, and I had a double tap I was going to hold on to just in case I needed it, but I'm going to go ahead and say I'm good for now.
All right.
All right, that was a big move.
That
I don't
was a
know if I
big
can
move.
live up to that as I
Turn,
straggle
Mags.
back here. All right, so for my turn, I am still on this board, but I think I can actually pull some stuff out. So I'm going to take my natural move, 1, 2. I moved through a supply thing, so I'm going to get a couple supplies. Not only that, but I crossed onto the next board. So my dog comes back.
Nice.
Get the dog back. Welcome back, Max. I get my action cards back, and guess what one I got? I got my sprint back. So now I'm going to use that sprint card, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, right up to these guys. Hello, friends. And I'm not going to take any chances with these guys. I've got a tactical grenade. It's
Nice.
going to basically kill 3 zombies directly in front of me. I'm going to use that thing and take these guys completely out. So that's 3 more, thank God.
All right. To be quite honest, it's pretty amazing you've made it from the first board that far.
Right?
And you're right up there with Kira right
Yeah,
now,
I was
know?
way back there, and the fact that I've gotten this close, I'm sure Maggie will die again by the time this is over.
Small children
Probably.
running down the side away from all the main zombie areas. Probably a good
you got a
tactical
little
advantage for you.
alley
It's very
going there.
thematic
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So anyway, that is my turn. So Jeremy, it is your
All right, I'm going to
turn.
go with Mr. Hudson here. That's my nickname for him. And I'm going to roll 2 dice with my Justice M32 with an extra die, getting +1 damage. That is 6 damage to that thing, so it is toast.
Oh,
Bye
nice.
bye.
And here's going to be the
Toasted.
beauty of it. Just because I'm on my victory lap, I'm going to resurrect old Cairo
Pyro!
with some dog food. That's going to go here. And then I'm going to move my 2 spaces as natural.
Let's bring Cairo onto the board.
Yeah, let's do that, just because that's cool. All right.
And we'll bring her up
And
here
we're going to
with you.
bring him
Bring
up because
here.
I have jog, and I've made it to the farm, and that is a
We'll
personal
actually move
victory
him
right
onto
there.
the farm.
Nice.
How about that?
Yeah.
I feel good. I'm
Yeah, that's
joining
an extra
her.
Very
victory
nice.
points
Yeah.
too.
Well,
All right.
one of us has gotten to the farm anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a bunch of zombies here. Now, if I try to just run straight for the farm, these zombies are all attacking me. That doesn't work for me. So
Unless you had a chainsaw, but I'm guessing you
I
don't.
wish I did. So I'm going to use
Chainsaw
some
was
explosive
nice.
ammo, which gives me 2 extra damage. My weapon does 2, so I'm already doing 4 plus whatever I roll here. So just 5. So
right.
it's just enough to kill that
one next
the
to him.
one right next
Yeah,
to me.
the one that would attack him.
Now, however, it's towards the end of the game. I'm not quite up to my max, so I'm going to try to kill that other one as well. I have a double tap.
All right.
I get to make 1 extra attack, but then we trigger an event,
Yes.
actually. So I'm
that
going
event ready to
well,
go.
let's hold on to that for a second because I'm going to do my attack first. I'm going to use my extended magazine and roll 2 additional dice. So
All right.
I'm going to roll 4 dice. So I'll just roll these twice. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that second one, nope.
Not that
Still
is
the
yeah.
one right behind the first one I killed.
This one?
Yep, that guy right
All
there
right.
is now gone.
Another kill.
Close.
Still not there.
Do we do
blue
the
dice.
event
I
before you
will do
move?
the event.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
All players must randomly discard 1 action card from their hand.
Oh no.
Randomly.
Randomly. And
That's
it's an
fine.
action card, so
Well,
Go
our
on,
action
Jay.
cards,
take your equipment cards out. It's the ones with the little running person.
I actually have none.
Oh,
Well, then you
look at
randomly
you.
lose nothing.
Oh
here we go.
man. I lost my
got?
3 moves.
Oh, my run.
I lost my sprint.
That's okay.
I
I'm at
need
the
that.
farm.
Yeah,
I
actually-
lose nothing.
So I go
Yeah, that's true.
move me
James
2
doesn't
spaces
care.
towards there, one so that I avoid
Avoiding
the
it.
zombie.
Yeah, he doesn't want to run by him.
Right, I don't want to run by him.
I want
if
him
don't
to
have
run by him.
I'm sure you do. And I think I have no more action cards, so that's the end for me.
All right.
All right, so that was the last round we're going to do on camera. We are going to finish out the game. I think we're pretty close here. One of us is at the farm, and again, the game is going to end when all of us are at the farm, or some of us are at the farm, and the others are dead. So we'll see what happens, and we'll join us on the couches, and we'll tell you all about it. All right, the game is over, and we are at the chairs here. We didn't all survive. I wish we could say we did. Should I say who did and who didn't already?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah.
These
kind of
two
alluded to
yahoos
it.
over here survived, and unfortunately we died. We went down fighting though.
Oh yeah, I mean, I took out all the zombies. It
Yeah.
felt like I was constantly throwing grenades and taking care, making sure I made a path for the survivors to make it.
Yeah, but the thing that happens is when you're the only survivors still trying to get to the farm, the other guys on their zombie turn just pile the zombies in front of you and try to do whatever they can.
Yeah.
If they hadn't been already, it gets even worse when they're sitting back at the farm and doing it to you. So we got to the end. We were basically eliminated from the game because we both died. These two guys
Yeah, we made it.
added up all their points. And what was your final
I
points,
had
Ryan?
20 points by the end.
I had 21. I'm just kidding. I had 15.
So Ryan won with 20
It was
points.
close, though.
One of the interesting things about this game, like we said at the beginning, you're not just trying to get to the end and win by a race, but you could get to the end and you might get there a lot later and score more points, which is what happened. You got to the farm first, and you do get a few more points for that.
Not a lot, but a
But
few.
not a lot.
Yeah, just
And
one
you
more
got
point.
to well, we didn't get to the farm, so we got no points for getting to the farm.
I mean, the difference between us became the objectives,
Yeah.
which I was able to complete all 3 of mine, which it was kind of a struggle, but I kind of made that my goal. I wanted to complete them all.
Well, the objectives can also lead you going down very different routes. There's one of them where the first time that we had played the game originally that said, don't pick up any supplies. Like, I can't imagine going through that game and not
man.
picking up any
Wow.
supplies,
No way.
because that would be extremely challenging. You have to run through those
Yeah.
areas, And you have to rely on those grenades because those grenades are huge, or even just extra ammo and the ability to revive your dog because unfortunately your dog becomes like a meat shield to the game.
Yeah.
And you're going to be killing him, then respawning him, and then killing him again, or respawning him when you need him, just like your knife. But the trick is you don't get your knife back ever. Not really.
You could by
maybe.
chance.
Yeah, but not like the dog. I mean, the dog
Yeah.
comes back naturally in very specific
And you can give it
spots
the
in
dog
game.
food and things like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
You can control
Yeah,
that.
choosing to get that knife back or potentially get the knife back is a risky thing.
Sure.
Because not only will you maybe not get it, because if you have the knife and a few other cards in your discard pile and you go to a supply depot, you might get 2 ammo cards. And then on top of it, they've got all of those really great grenades in the supply depot. Almost every single time I wanted to go there. I know you did because
Yes.
once you saw those grenades like
I was-
Rosebud, that's all
yes.
you wanted.
I was a grenade finder. Honing in on them. I think I had a total of
Use like
four
six of those
or
by the end of the
five
game or
different
something. It was
grenades in
ridiculous.
addition to having my tactical grenade,
Yeah.
which early I was able to hit a supply zone when I only had one in my discard, so I was able to take that one back. So
Yeah.
I was able to go through like 6 grenades throughout the game.
Yeah, and that's a cool feature too. My dog's ability, we didn't really talk about the dog's abilities too much. And I didn't do this on camera, but I did it off camera when we were playing. My dog had the ability to retrieve a tactical grenade from my discard
that's
pile.
cool, yeah.
So once I saw that, I was like, well, friend, you're going to be going bye-bye every time I throw a tactical grenade just so I can get it back into my supply. When you start treating the dog like that, again, which sounds horrible, but it is part of the game.
Part of the game.
Part of the game. You're able to get and make a lot more out of your turns than at the very beginning.
Yeah, and those supply depots you hit, I mean, those are paramount of importance. And what you don't realize when you just sit down is that aspect of always having to move forward means even if you have 2 supply tiles that are near each other, you can't go up and back. So
Right.
when you're pathing at the beginning, you really want to try to find a path that's going to move you through as most of those as possible.
Yeah, the other thing about movement I thought too is you want to be careful about where you finish your turn. So you might clear a path, and I'll move right up here and next to a spawn position. And then in fact, there was one time when I was on a spawn position. And then since you can spawn on adjacent spaces and there were no other spawn positions, someone spawned and just basically surrounded me. So I had to fend off 3 attacks in a row, and I think I died that
Yeah,
time.
you can be a little more risky though. If you're going to be the zombie player on the next turn, you can kind of push out into those areas, knowing that on the next round you're going to spawn zombies not near you.
Yeah, that's the best
away
position to
from
be
you.
in.
And the other cool thing about the game too is it is a game where you're always pushing forward. I mean, you have to move, right? So you have to plan ahead on thinking about, well, what spots are open, and if he has to place in a blue spot, am I next to that blue spot? If I am, I want to go into a different direction. So you have to look future turns in advance as well. So
Yeah, has anyone played the app?
I
There's
have,
an
yeah,
app.
yeah,
You've played the app. So that's what something you just said reminded me of it. You're constantly moving forward. The app version of this is kind of like a classic runner type game where you're running forward, and it's not as tactical and strategic as this. This is truly a board game version of that app. You keep moving forward and dealing with whatever comes up as it comes up.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting how they took that and converted it to something that really feels
Like the app.
like a
Yeah.
board game.
Yeah.
And like the app.
yeah.
Very cool.
All right, so that is Into the Dead. If you guys have any questions, make them in the comments below. Subscribe to us, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and now also follow us on Instagram. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye-bye.